I made this video because someone in the Discord room, the Discord trading room of mine, had a question about drawing trend lines on the higher time frame. And actually, on this particular stock, I got a few questions. I think people had problems trading it on Friday, August 17th, 2024. So I just thought I'd go over it. I'm going to read you his question just for a frame of reference. Scott, I was wondering if you shorted UPST on the break on Friday, and if not, what's the difference between that break versus the one on INDO? I answered him, no, I didn't short it. I was long twice. Once was off the horizontal support level, and later it was off the higher time frame uptrend line. Then he wrote, if I recall, the uptrend line had to be adjusted a few times. I was wondering why, in the case of the uptrend line, it was adjusted and it was still a long instead of just taking it as a break, in other words, a short, and a potential breakdown pullback. So, what I'm going to go over here is just, how to draw trend lines on the higher time frame. Since you're dealing with a large expanse of time often, getting the angle right on the higher time frame trend lines is important. If you are off just a little bit when it meets price action of the current day, it can be wrong. It could be way too far or way too close. So I like to use clues on the lower time frame to help me figure that out. But if there is none, it's really important to get that angle correct. And also, where you draw that line off of, I prefer strong swing points. In other words, a swing point that is based off of not much price action, like in the pre market or after hours or when there's no volume, is inferior to a strong swing point when there's lots of volume and like during the regular trading session. There are exceptions to that, when there's a concept I call price action shaping itself to the line. But in general, that's how I do it.
Hey Ben, I just thought I'd make a short video to show you how I draw my trend lines. As I always say, you should, or I suggest that people walk their charts down from higher time frame to lower time frame. When you're on the higher time frame, the angle of trend lines can get kind of tricky. So here's the chart. This is a 30-minute chart, um, which I chose already because I walked down from the daily to the 4 hour, 1 hour, and I think it's, you know, good enough. But anyway, you can see there's probably some kind of trend line here. Here's a horizontal level. Here's another horizontal level. And where the trend line would start, that makes the most sense, where it matches price action, uh, are these two swing points right here. Um, this is a swing point, but it's not as strong as these two swing points. So just zoom in on the chart, and then what I do is I take the lows, and I'm going to try to match up these lows as close as possible. Sometimes it's hard. You want to make sure you're not being too aggressive with your angle. So um, there we go. And I just extend it to the right, and then zoom back out and see what we got. And voila, it was never violated. So this is a horizontal level, and I did trade off of this, but it's still quite a distance from this trend line. And if you look to the left, there's another strong swing point over here, which is a horizontal level, and it never violated that either. So um, it was never a short in my book on the higher time frame. And of course, you got to zoom down on the lower time frame, etc. But it never violated. The only thing it violated was the horizontal level. But I'm not going to short from here to here. It's just not. The overall trend is still up. So the only thing in my mind I'd be looking for are longs, and this would be a potential long, and down here is a potential long, off the trend line. But that was it. So I hope that helps.